Hello everybody and welcome to the Gimmick Stage 3 80% tutorial. This is the stage where star grinding starts to become a little bit more important because to get the 3 bombs for the quick kill at the end of the stage, basically you need to have at least some star grinding into the route. I'm going to go over the easier of the two methods. If you want to see the other stuff, you can watch Narsha's video, or I think even Aquas might talk about it a little bit. But the way I recommend for beginners is just to kill this guy here, which will give you a certain amount of points, and then you just kind of run up to these guys and you can jump on them for a little bit of extra points. Usually that guy doesn't pop you, but of course he does because I'm doing a tutorial. Basically, if you do this quick enough, he won't actually spawn. Like, he shouldn't spawn this time. So there we go. And then coming up here, you can land on that and just bounce off a star there. You don't have to do that, but I like doing it because, again, the point value we need to getting this bomb is 870 points, so that when we land on one of those little dudes with little lightning bulbs heads, we can throw a star on him after landing on him and then get the points. So right now I have 840. This is a very good score to have because I'm going to be doing a couple of star rides going forward, but this is a good value to have. The next thing, once we start going farther to the right, there's going to be a waterfall where logs are falling. I'm not going to go into the waterfall skip, but there is a very, very, very tricky skip you can do that goes straight up from here for any percent. I'm not going to do it at all, but if you are interested in that, I'm fairly certain there's a tutorial on that somewhere. But what we can do is we can use one of 2 star rides. There's one that uses the corner shot off of this platform here, but I actually recommend a different star ride. It's a little bit easier to set up, and it doesn't lose too much time. But keep in mind there's going to be some enemies coming from the left chasing me as well, so we want to try and avoid killing one of those guys because right now our points are right where we want them, like I was saying. So essentially we're going to come up here, we're going to land on this thing, we're going to jump to the right and bounce it off that. I jump here because I don't like getting hit by that log if I can avoid it, and so by jumping here I actually get myself into a good position not to worry about it. Then from here the log falls and I can move forward to the right. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to go up. From here, there's a potion here. I recommend grabbing this for new players, and the reason is there's an enemy we call the Totoro. He's basically he's a wall of annoyance. He most likely will hit you. He hits me almost every time, for example. And so having this extra HP means I don't have to worry about it for the screen right after him. So I recommend grabbing this, but if you want to try and do it without it, it's certainly up to you. So I have 850 points here. There's a couple ways I could get points. This is one of those places where star grinding is star grinding is important. One is to do a star ride off of this and then land. Why am I missing this? We're gonna land on this. Oh, I need to grab that. We're gonna land on this star and we're gonna ride a little bit. I already got too many points, but that's essentially what it looks like. It's a really tricky star ride, so if you can avoid doing that one, I do recommend it. But you probably will need it. So. Getting used to this one might take some getting used to, as I was getting at. So there we go, perfect what I wanted, 870 points going here. Other star rides you can do for points is to bounce off of that and land on it, things like that. But 870 is where I want to be, so I'm going to go forward. We're going to land on this first guy, I'm going to kill him with a star and get a bomb. Now, you can skip getting this if you're not comfortable killing the boss with the quick kill, but I do recommend killing the guy to get your score to about 660, because this will get us set up for the next stage really well. But again, it's not recommended to necessarily get this bomb, but I do think it's worth getting just to try if you can. But again, getting close to 660 is important. So if you can't do the star grind, you can just skip the bomb and just do a slightly modified quick kill. Going into this next screen, there's going to be a thing that falls as soon as you come into it. So it's basically walk forward, get it to fall, and then it drops. Don't get hit by it, especially if you only have 2 HP. From here, we're just going to jump up here and walk underneath that star guy, or the arrow guy. This little mine here, we're going to jump on it. It's worth some points to do so, but yeah. Or it's not worth points, sorry. So you can see how that's the case. So we're going to go forward, as I was saying. Actually, let's just save here. So this part here is a little tricky. Jump on this guy, and then you want to throw a star about right here. It's going to hopefully catch me if I did it right. Of course it didn't. There we go. It's going to do that. It's going to get me over here. And you can see this Totoro, as I was talking about. He throws all sorts of shit at me. Not getting hit by him is a matter of either jumping through or underneath him or jumping over him. If for whatever reason you do get hit here and need points, you can kill this guy by jumping up here and just hitting him as you fall. I don't recommend having to do it. It does waste a lot of time. We're going to come down here, and this is where the Nickelodeon obstacle course, as Aquas calls it. So we're going to take the reason why I want the 2 health is we're going to take a damage boost here to get through this stage quickly. or through this part quickly, I mean. But first we're gonna trigger this thing so it falls, and then we're gonna move to the right on this guy. We're gonna let it hit us, and then we're gonna do a little bit of a bounce so that we get over that little lump on the bottom right corner, and another jump so that we don't lose our iframes. So again, we're gonna kind of come up here, take this hit here, hop here, hop here. I didn't do it quickly enough. Why I saved here. Do that, take a hit, hop, hop, hop. Why am I missing my stuff? So you want to use the momentum so that you essentially don't lose any time. See, I keep clipping the little edge there. It's a tiny jump. Just tiny jump, full jump. That gets us down here. From here, the one thing to note is there's a couple ways to do this star ride. I'm going to save so I can show them. The first one and the easiest one is just to do this. You just jump for your star at the peak of that jump, and you can land on this guy here. The downside to this one here is that it sometimes will hit, as you saw right there, it'll go backwards and hit one of those guys. If that happens, your point routes are all jacked. Like I got 120 points, and now I gotta think about how am I gonna get the points I need for the next stage. Because we wanna set up for an easy fireball. So 10 points before a fireball is basically what we wanna do. Ideally, we're gonna have 760. You can also do 750 with 2 jumps. I think Aquas does that, but I don't like that personally. I like the 760 version. So that's that star ride. The other option, and this is actually faster unless you do this from the transition, is to come down here, throw the star, and bounce on it like that. This one won't necessarily get you as far, but the advantage of it is that it will never kill that guy because it's going to go into that little pit. So getting used to this star ride is helpful. You do have to be careful about when it lands in the pit there like that. But yeah, so we have 750. I only want to get 1 more point value. I got it. You need more points. Hop on top of these little pink bugs. But if you don't, just go underneath them like this. Because 760 is where I want to be. I don't want any more points. I was going to go up to the boss here. So I'm going to try and do this boss kill quickly. I'm really bad at this, so forgive me if I fail. But we go into the boss by generating a bomb. Now, I'm going to be sliding through here. There's actually a visual cue. It's basically right here. It's a little change between the thing. That's when we're going to jump and throw our bomb. You can let go of the movement keys after a certain point. Basically, as you start to slide down. Messing this up. I'm trying to talk about it. Basically, we throw and hit the guy like that. There we go, I did it. Now, when he's coming up here, we throw another bomb. Now, if you don't have a third bomb, this is where it would be, fine. Like the reason why I say that it's fine, and you just wait for the guy to come up and you hit him. His iframes start after he throws his laser, by the way. But if you do have a bomb, it's about throwing another bomb over there. Now, that's the tricky part. And I'm going to see if I can pull this off. Because I want to showcase it. Because we can hit him. Jeez. We can hit him when he's invulnerable with bombs. I mentioned this earlier in beginner's setup for it. But, I seriously missed him? Ugh, but if I had hit him right there, he'd be gone. But if you don't have the bomb or you miss it for whatever reason, you can just do that. And boom, easy peasy. That's stage 3 in a nutshell.